There, the front camera. I think that's the front camera. So that's Route 66. Here's the old big GSA all ready to go. Got the camera. This camp panniers over here is all for my camera gear. And head out Route 66 that way. I think they repaved it down there, so it should be better. Here's a new addition to the lineup. I've got this water bottle thingy here now. Check this out. Isn't this cool? And just refreshing pink lemonade. And we're ready to go. All right, let's go then. Off we go. Towards Siberia. Welcome to Siberia. Big old train just passed. Just arrived. Got the bike parked. A nice sunset going on over there over the ruins of Siberia. Starting to unload all my gear. So the first thing I do is I always unload the gear, get it all sitting here. Then I'll swing the bike around and bring it out. It's easier to turn it around when it's a little lighter because it's a little, see, the sand's a little soft. Big 600-pound fully loaded bike's a little hard to swing around. So I'll load it first, set up camp, and then embark upon an evening of indifference. So dramatic, so melodramatic. And I don't mean it that way, but it's true. It wouldn't be so, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't so, I know it's so corny, but it's true. I can feel it already. It's not like it's here to meet me, it's just that I bring it with me. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's a reason that I come here. You can feel it right now. Well, not really. I have to wait for it. But it's like, you know, knowing it's going to happen. And there's nothing supernatural or weird about it. It's just what happens to my mind. It's a reaction that I have to places like this. Hear the rumbling of that train off there. Cricket in the bush. Sun's going down. Camp set. Bikes secured for the night. I'm ready to settle in for a desert night. Let's do this. Ruins of Siberia right there. See the shooting star? That was a big one. Wow. That was really big. Hope I got it. I keep looking back like I'm going to see another one in the same spot. The railroad. Wow. Hey, you can see me. Like that matters. Okay, and out there, the deep water wilderness. No longer afraid. Greetings from Siberia. It's dark now and big. This place is so big. As I sit here on the hot, dark sand, I think I figured something out. I know now why this place can't get me. Why I'm not afraid here anymore. Why the solitude and the night and the indifference can't take me away. So it's got me now. So it's got me now, and there's nowhere to run. It's because I'm connected, deeply connected, to my wife, and my daughter, and my brother, and my mom, and to the others too. I try hard with my family. It's hard to read. And I do a pretty good job, I think. Not so much the others. It's my failing, one of many. These connections, though, do the trick, I think. They keep me safe here, prevent my mind from wandering to places from which it might never return. In 1989, I left my girlfriend, now my wife, behind in a small college town near Oregon while I embarked on a great life adventure. I made it as far as the desert, in fact, not far from where I am now. Just over the Bristol Mountains to the northwest, over this shoulder, near the shore of Soda Dry Lake. Something happened to me then which caused me to promptly return to Yumiko. I gave up the desert then. I knew I was about to go too far into the wild. Not physically, but that other way. I sensed then, quite rightly, that if I'd continued, then I'd never have made it back. I was right, I know that now. Now I'm back in the desert, 28 years later. The same threat looms here like before. I can sense it. But I'm not afraid. It can't get me. I'm too strong now. Though my body is weak, my spirit, resolve, and hard-won maturity are more than a match for the great indifference. Not so in my youth. If I'd stayed here then, I would surely have been consumed. Click on the post button. Off it goes to internet land. There it goes. Connectivity in the middle of nowhere. It's almost dawn now in Siberia. Stars are all vanishing away now. Morning. I'm just packing up my tent here. Hey there. Hey, I think I can actually see it. And beginning the day, just fold this up here, with thoughts of the end. Begin to start with the thoughts of the end. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh, hold on. Gotta figure it out. Maybe not. Oh well. I'll just let it blow. More and more, I no, it's not so much that I'm spending more time at it. I'm being a little more open about how candid I am with my thinking about death. Folding up my, if you don't know what the heck I'm doing, I'm in my tent. It's dawn. It's just about 4:45 in the morning, and I'm just packing everything away, finishing the night. good to do this before the heat comes on. I'll be ready for the day. It's going to be a hot one. Boy, was it hot last night. After I got here, and I set up tent and sat outside in the dark, made my dinner, just sweat just pouring off of me. Wow, it was so hot. Back on point. I'm beginning the day with death. Beginning the day by thinking about my end. And I'm not going to be ashamed of it. Not that I do this a lot, but I want to do this a lot. I want death to be the first thing on my mind. Because it has a catalyzing effect. There's so many silly little ridiculous little rituals that I have. So many things that I do to just bide the time, waste the time. And frankly, there's simply not enough of that left to do so. So I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to think more about death. And I know that sounds kind of self-indulgent. So many more important things to think about, but I think it will have a focusing and refining effect if I can keep it up. Because the new principle, or new objective that I've added to the good life, used to be there were 5 objectives, now there's 6. The new objective is, in the very first one, is the good and effective use of time. Here's my bedroll, all rolled up. And if it's the good and effective use of time, then, wow, what good use I can make of time if I remember that I've only got a certain amount of it. I know, it's just a simple thought, but I think it'll do the job. So my little task here is done. I think I'll now finish the tent. I need to see if there's enough light here to make anything of this. Walking out here barefoot. So there's my tent. There's the dawn. Dawn in Siberia. All right, let's begin the day. Packing up the bike here, just laying on top the gear on the top, and then I'll put the stuff on the ground over here in the panniers. But you can see the sun just starting to come up over there behind that creosote bush. And man, you can feel it, the warmth. It's not even there yet, but there it is. It's not even there, but I can already feel the heat. It's amazing. How is that? It's like, it's very indirect radiation, but it's going to be a hot one. Pack this thing up and then get my breakfast and move on. Just going to do some exploring here, move on by foot. Leave the bike here and do more exploring around the area. Here we go. I thought I'd turn the camera on. I'm just a little ways out of Siberia, taking a short walk up into the to the edge of deep water up there. Coming back, stumbled across what look like bones. They don't just look like bones, these are bones. All scattered up and broken. Seems like it was a pretty big animal. Strange, some of these shards are very heavy, almost like porcelain. But they must be bones. Look at that you know, that what is it? I can't think of the word. Frothy is not the word. Maybe they're mixed up with something else. Like, what is that? Well, that's more bone, but see, It's pretty big. And I'm just about the right distance out for where a cemetery would belong. This is about the same distance out to the cemetery that I found in Baghdad that's well known. I've never heard of a cemetery here in Siberia, and there's some wood. I don't imagine that any bones are going to come to the surface. I think that some animal died here. Well, we're animals too, of course. But look at the size of that. It's a big animal, whatever it was. Okay. Edge of a bone right here, huh? Look at that. That's big. That's big. I'm not saying it's human. I'm just saying it's big. So, there's a lot of them here. I wish I'd studied my anatomy better. I'll show you something else I found. Just a sec. Check these out. Now, so I think I reached the edge of where these bones are. It's like whatever body of an animal was dumped right over there, but a little further over I found something interesting. Right over here. Okay, there's this. That looks kind of like an S. I think someone put these rocks here like that. Another, it's not an S, but another curious pile of rocks there. But this one over here really looks quite formed. See, it makes like a little rectangle. And then more bones. More bones here. And lots of little bones there. It just makes me wonder if this might be a cemetery. But I can't imagine, as hard as this ground is, I can't imagine any bones coming to surface. But there was an old desert cemetery nearby where I lived in South Colton. And my landlord told me that when she was a girl, she and her friends would go there because after a rainstorm, bones would rise to the surface of the desert. She said you could go there and you could see bones. But look at this. Could this be the continuation of that trail? Doesn't it look like? Someone clearly arranged these stones here, and then they arranged them up here. Would be roughly lined up with where the trail is that I found that goes back over there, back towards Siberia. And then here's a dump. Oh, I've seen old bits of porcelain. Oh, that's even got some blue on it. Some housewives. China. Cans. And then we come up to the berm that the railroad makes to protect the tracks from flash flood. Boy, it's starting to heat up now. Really hot. Won't be able to stay out too much longer, but I'm gonna try. I got lots of water. That's the key. I'll turn the camera back on if we find more. All the birds. Pigeons. Huh. I wonder what they find to eat along the tracks. Railroad spike. There's a train coming. I can hear it. The railroad again. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna get busted. Here comes the railroad man. Just in time to see me walking over the tracks. Better turn this off. Well, that guy was totally nice. I went over and talked to him. He waved at me as I went by. And he explained to me that the East and West Siberia deal is relates to the direction of the railroad. So West Siberia is talking about the track direction. So that would be, these tracks would be West Siberia and then East on the other. And he said that what I've been calling Klondike up there, that's Ash Hill, in fact. And but I think it was Klondike in the old days. Very nice. He said they call this the transcontinental. Very, very major bit of railway. Nice guy. He asked me what the heck I was doing if I slept out here overnight, and I explained I did. He's like, "What the heck? You're nuts." I guess he's right. So I had a little more of a talk with that young man from the railroad. And he told me, well, he's the signalman for West Siberia and East Siberia. And he runs a whole stretch up here all the way back to Ludlow. And what was I going to say? Oh, here's part of the old trail. Let's walk along the desert trail. These stones. And he was telling me that it's fine to cross the tracks. I was a little worried about crossing the tracks. He says the railroad just doesn't want people walking on the tracks, along the tracks, but just crossing over there is no problem. He said likewise for Ludlow, you know, the cemetery over there, it's fine to come and walk over the tracks to go see that. He told me that if you saw that video I made, the tour of Ludlow, there was that one, I thought it was a mercantile store. He said that was the hotel, in fact. And he said that 2 weeks ago, there was an old woman just standing there outside of it, in the midst of that heat wave that came, standing there staring at the hotel. And he said that the railroad men stopped to make sure she's okay because of the heat wave. Turns out that she had once been a little girl in Ludlow and grew up, and that was a place that she remembered from the ghost town. That lineman, his name is Tim. Look at all this cans. He is based there in that little office thingy there in Ludlow. That's his home base, so to speak, for his job. He really likes his work. He's from Siberia, and he spent a lot of time working in the Barstow field, in the Barstow yards. And he told me some very interesting things about how look at the old pop tops. This must be a part of the old Siberia dump. He told me about working his way up to become a lineman. He said that he's not even allowed to get near the tracks. So the protocols for safety are so strict. Very, very nice. He said the train operator is a very difficult job. Even though largely it's automated, it's still a very, very difficult job. And he said that this grade that I'm calling the Mojave grade, he wasn't so sure what the name was, but I believe it's called the Mojave grade. He says sometimes the trains will get stuck and they'll have to send a helper locomotives to go. And he said this as well. Apparently these trains average about a mile in length. He said recently there was a 16,000 foot long train that came through, which is like many, many miles. He said it was quite a sight to see. I don't know if this has any markings. A little bit of these bits of domestic hints. Siberia dump. Let's continue along. Well, I'm headed out towards, I can see a structure of something, of some sort, poking up out of the desert way out there. I don't know if this is coming in the camera, but maybe right in the frame there, just to the left of that bush. Yeah, I think you can see it. I'm gonna try to get there. Trouble is, it's gonna be really hot. It's already really hot, and I have to be careful. So I got water, doused my hat in water, and I'm ready to do it. Let's see how far we can make it. But coming back is uphill, so got to be careful. Here we go. I'll turn the camera on as and if it gets interesting. Alright, well here's the dirt road that leads up to Siberia. You can see it's not very far. You can maybe almost see my bike up there. And this is the big tire that leans up against the pole. And you can see that it's been repainted. It used to say West Side or East Siberia here, but now it says Route 66 Siberia. I'll make a nice photo. Let's take a photo. There we go. Big old tire. What a big old... That must have been the thing that brought this tire's life to an end. Look at the size of that. That's a friggin' railroad tie stuck inside the tire. See it sticking through? Stick my head in there. There it is. Look at that. Can you see that? Friggin' railroad tie. That brought this tire's life to an end. And buried fiber optic cable. So the structure that I see is right out there. Here's old Route 66. The gas station that we found last time we were out here is over there. I've never been in the desert out here. That jingle jangle, some rocks in my pocket. Look at these piled rocks right here. Wonder why. They've been piled here so long that the I don't know if the creosote bush has grown around it or what. I can't imagine why anybody would pile rocks there otherwise. Okay, never ever been on this side of the road. I have I have at Baghdad, but I haven't here in Siberia. That looks pretty damn far out there, actually. Man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Because I got the clock running. Let's just go as far as I feel safe. This is a swim into deep water. Slight course correction. I see something sticking up over there along the road. Let's see if you can see it there. See that little pole-like thing sticking up? Plus, right in front of me, some wood. Big anthill. Now this is all downstream of the flash floods from the community of Siberia, so there could be interesting things out here in the desert. There's an old air filter, I think. These rocks have definitely been arranged, it appears. Let's go find out what that is. Oh, look at that. You see these rocks lined up over here? What in the world? Long, long line of rocks. And then more right here. Well, these could be natural, but they kind of have a conspicuous look to them. That's a nice cactus. Don't see too many cactuses out here. Is it prickly? It's not too prickly. What in the world? Look at these rocks. I'm going to try to hold the camera more stable than I did in the last video that I was out here. Look at this long line of rocks. Look at that. Just a sec. Get a photo of that. Let's see if I can get it better. Nice. So why would these be lined up here? I do see old, looks like old tire imprints here. I wonder if this is marking off part of the old road. Well, you'd think that all these rocks would be knocked down, because there's definitely some tire marks there, but they don't seem to have knocked down the rocks. So regular vehicle traffic would have worn some grooves that would still be in there. Heaven knows there's plenty of old tire tracks out in the deep water wilderness out there. Jeep trails. Oh look, I can see some wood sticking up. I think we're onto something here. It kind of continues and it kind of seems to stop. Did I just contradict myself? So here's a piece of wood sticking up. More of it. More there. Some over there. No signs of any foundation though. Lots of old wood bits. But why would someone plant some wood here? Now here's that stone. Now you can see they go back. But then it comes here and then it makes a jog to the left. Definitely something right over there. Take a look. I can't really see through the monitor, the glare's bad, but can you see there's stuff poking up over there, maybe even a foundation? Now, just off of Route 66 is right there, Siberia's right over there. I can even see my bike right up there. I mean, maybe you guys can see it too, parked by the side. Can. Okay, really going to endeavor to hold this thing straight. Okay, look at that. More rocks. Like a little road type of thing. Tire. Give you an idea about how little traffic there is here. All this time we've been walking and not a single car on Route 66. Look at this. This is an old driveway. Definitely. So this must have been another roadside stop of some sort. This time on the south side of the road. Could this be South Siberia? And look, there's more rocks over here that go along, and then the dirt piled up over here. And whatever was here was right over there. So cars would come in like this. Wow, someone went to a lot of work. Piled up these stones. I should be getting more photos. Hold on. Yep, there's a foundation. Several foundations. So this forms like a little island. See, it goes like that and then back out. So the stones go all the way around in the shape of a big, like a tear shape. And then guiding cars over here. See the foundations? This was extensive. Let's start on the outer part and work our way in. So that big tear-shaped thing ended right here. So I guess cars could go through there, or they could come over here. Now look at this. I wonder if this was another service station. There's this foundation. 4 wooden piers here to hold something up. So there was something here. You can see that there was a bolt here, hold it securely. And these cut off wooden piers must have gone up. And I bet it made a awning of some sort. I wonder if this was a gas pump, or probably the gas pump was right there. That looks like one of those gas islands. But it's interesting that there would be a service station this close to the other one. But in its time, this was a really well used route. Looks like I see more over there. Something here. Yeah, so this was a structure here that had some sort of an awning or something over it. I see a skull, I think. Maybe. Let's see what this was. So I think that, I'll bet you this was the gas pumps right here. So, one gas pump here, probably, maybe. You know, those round types with a glass thing at the top. And another one over there. So I wonder if the tanks are down there. This is concrete. Something here. And something here, obviously. Still got threads on it. What was this hole over here for? And this one here. Okay, there's a structure here. Let's take a look at this. Now look at this foundation here. It goes back, all there are lots of different rooms and stuff. It's quite extensive. It goes all over this area. Porcelain. So I wonder if this was the gas station there. You'd think it would have a concrete floor if it was a gas station. I mean, you know, a service bay. Looks like this foundation is made of desert stones like the one before. Someone's been here with a fire pit. I wonder if I should stay the night here. Now here's a concrete foundation slab. Why a poured slab here? I wonder if we can find any engraved names. Here's a nail. Is it round or square? It is round. And more foundation over here. And I see more stones over there. The structure that I see is up there. I'll bet that's part of the old gas line road or something. We may have actually found the more interesting thing here. More glass. Now there's probably interesting things out there in the desert that the people that lived here would have dumped out there. Those poles out there are the thing that drew me to this area. Another one. Isn't that interesting that nobody did their initials? Were there no kids? Seems like a pretty lonely place to raise children. Although apparently there was a school out here. Oh, it just crumbled away. There was a school out here in Baghdad, at least. Another little foundation out there. Let's go take a look at that, and we'll come back and look at this. Well, let's look at this first, and then we'll look at that. Whoops. I wonder how this big rock got here. Look at this. It's got nails in the concrete. These are round nails. Well, that's a helpful indicator of age, I think. And there's what I thought was the skull. Only appears now to be a towel. Here comes a big train. Ooh, it's getting hot. That looks like part of an old toilet over there, that piece of porcelain. More wooden pieces. And another structure back here. The heat's starting to get to me. This is when I start to get careless. What in the world was this? I'll bet you just about anything that's a fireplace right there. I don't know just why, but I get a feeling. What in the world is this? More fire pit over there. Let's go see what these wooden pieces are. I see stuff over there too. Lots of junk in the desert. More stones. This one's different than the other place. The other place, the story just jumped out at me. The story of Sal and Ruth and their gas station and their dream and their loss. This one doesn't jump out to me. This just tells me there was something here. And whatever that was came to an end. These appear to be just 3 sticks stuck in the sand. Let's go have a close look though, just to make sure. Then I'll turn the camera off and I'm gonna stop, go back to that slab and rest a little bit and try to give this a good think. I'll have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich too. Starting to get weak, but maybe the heat. So why would anybody put a tire over this? Strange. I think I saw a lizard go inside. Does the name of the store give us anything? Allstate. Whew. Tired. I don't think I'm going to try to make it to that thing out there. I think I'm just going to explore along the road here. This heat's already starting to get me. It's supposed to be up to 110. I see something over there too. I'm going to go check out more. I might just sit down. I'm going to sit down in the concrete and then explore some more. But I'm getting tired. Okay, talk to y'all in a bit. I haven't been able to come up with much in the way of thoughts about this place, other than to think that maybe this one was a house with a little porch over there in the shady side of the house. I'm pretty sure that would have been a gas station out there with some sort of an alcove thing. And then something in here, strange. I mean, clearly it's something. Why the nails? Here. Just imagine that this must have been, the thought that just keeps rising in my mind is hard. Nothing soft about this life. Hard edges, real rough stones, cold winters, hot summers. Dry, thirsty, parched, struggling. Or maybe not. Maybe there was a bit of a boom. Let's see. P-R-I-C. Is that a K? I'm gonna imagine it was a K. What's that stick doing up here? And laughter. Someone had some humor out here. Well, that probably came later. It's like, well, here's the sign for whatever was here. Just like at that other service station, there was the sign. It's like the foundation for something. I guess I wonder what this was here. It had a little contraption on it. Flagpole maybe? For holding the flag banner. You know, the paper, not the paper, but the you know, the rope, like a pulley. Now I'm gonna head over here, and then I'm gonna head up there and across back into the desert, and I'm gonna go to the there's a bridge under the railroad up there with some shade. I'm gonna go hide in there, recover. Although I stopped and had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich over there, which really did the trick. I feel much better. That sandwich really helped. Same thing happened last time I was out here. PB&J. So I got the get the mixture, one plastic jar full of a mixture of peanut butter and jelly, so you don't have to carry 2 jars, and some whole wheat bread. And it seems like it's a good combo of carbs and sugars. I feel much better. See another pole over there? I'm just compelled to look. It's probably just another stick sticking out of the ground. Here comes a truck. I wonder if he'll even notice me out here. Nope, didn't even see me. And I was walking. Whew. Feeling like you guys are going to hear me complaining a lot about the heat. Yeah, well, no. It's something else. Okay, look at that. There's a big piece of wood sticking up there, but then there's a metal stake into the ground with a big old square nuts, some metal there, and more stuff here. Something was here. Okay, and I see like there's like a rim up there. I'll go look at that, cross the freeway, turn the camera off, and then I'll only turn it back on if something interesting comes up. And there's a big piece of wood right over there. It's really big. That's like a telephone pole size. Yeah, it's good that I didn't go to the, that I'm not attempting to go out to that structure, which is probably just a gas line house. Anyway. Toyota rim. It's kind of screwed up. Okay. Put 66 and then I'll shut off. There's some pretty big cans. I'll bet animals hang out in here. Escape from the sun a little bit. Nice place to hang out. Rabbits maybe. Squirrels. I'd probably hang out in there if I was a rabbit. That's a big piece of wood. An old tire. Here's something interesting. It's pretty big. Interestingly, it's got the peeled back top. Anything in there? So is that solder? I think that's solder. Lead solder. Woo, hot. It's not often that I find intact bottles, but this one's not only intact, it looks pretty old. Those are my footprints right there. I was just recreating it. Look at that old bottle. All the sand that's in there likely blew in there from the wind, and now it's all plugged up. plugged up there. It's become a little sand terrarium, so to speak. Oh, bet it gets hot in there. I've seen gold bottles like this that are melted right here from the sun. What does that say on the back? Can I read that? Let me put the camera down just a second. Hold on. I was able to get a look at the words. They say Lavorus on the back, which I think is an old a mouthwash thing. Oh, right. I love that. Look at that at the top. Okay, phew, on we go. It's too bad I didn't turn the camera on just a few seconds earlier. Big old jackrabbit hopped away. Biggest one I'd ever seen. Going under the bridge. This is the bridge under the railroad tracks. I've been here before. 1923. For information or to report damage, right. Vertical control mark. The director, National Geodetic Survey, Washington, D.C. Can you imagine? Write to them. Well, this is 1974. I guess, well, still before the age of the internet. And there was a piece of what I thought before was a plane, but I think now it's just a train on the other side over here. I don't know if it's still there. Some little marks here. 1290, 929, 89. I wonder what these marks are. 26. Watermark. Watermark? Did water come up to there? That would be a lot of water. See that train, that piece of aluminum was up here. I wonder if it's still up here. Or if it's since been washed away. Like a long cylindrical piece that had some numbers on it. I'm not going to go too far. It was right up here somewhere. Man, even in the shade, that didn't help at all. It's still hot as heck. Sorry, I'm not doing good with the camera. So here's the flash flood berm. I think that thing's been washed away. Although I thought before that it might have been a part of an airplane, because there are airplanes that are lost up here in these mountains that haven't been found. That's what it looks like. That's the cut into the alluvial plain. And that's what it's like under our foot. Just all this clast is what it's called, which will go together to make a nice breccia. More rounded stones means that they traveled in a stream bed, which makes sense. Oh, let's go back down. Okay. Back under the bridge, I found another one. 21-inch watermark. That's more than 21 inch. I wonder what this is. I'll bet that the engineers come by after the flash floods, big ones, and mark things. Is it 10, 11, 91? DMC, is that just chalk? I think so. Yeah, it's gotta be paint. Huh. There's the railroad ties up there. Okay, I'm gonna go down here a little further. Oh, I was tempted just to hang out here. I'm gonna go take a nap under Route 66. Hey, suddenly there's traffic, a car and then a truck. More traffic than I've seen in a while. It's rush hour on Route 66. And then a train. Here we are. Another little flood channel coming in here. Flood comes down under the train tracks and here under Route 66. Pretty nice structure here. These big wooden piers coming up. Pylons. I keep saying piers. I wonder if that's the right word. I think it is. Yeah, who cares? So I'm going to find a nice sandy spot. Literally going to take a nap under Route 66. First take a look at it first. Maybe I should nap first. Oh, here's a nice big, I'm sure that's a black widow web. 420 something. Pat rack nest or something. Nice web. Oh, works in here. It just out to the desert out there. Oh, there are some S, P. Probably engineering marks of some sort. Whoa, it's hot. I haven't dried big mud. I like this though. Ah, it's actually a little cooler. Is that a book? I think I see a book. I see several books. Huh. There's one there. That's not English. Rubber gloves. It's Japanese. What in the world? Ono nantoga. Dine. Nani kore? Why is there a Japanese book and a thing of rubber gloves out here? Huh? Oh, well, of course you'd have to, yeah, you'd read it from here. This would be the start. Maybe I'll bring one of them back and... Here's another one here. Hey! Sugoi! Nani kore? Naze Nihon no hon kono tokoro hen desu ne. Route 66 は夢でしょ？でもね、日本人のスタイルは Route 66の場所の上で本を読むじゃない。違う。車でロスから多分コロラド川まで運転します。本？二つじゃない。二枚？違う。二台？違う。全然覚えてない。なぜこれ？どこからこれ？これはアメリカハンズ州？何これ？英語じゃない。お、いや、そう、日本の本と外国のグローブズ。変ですね。Well, I don't know. But I think that this constitutes as strange a place as any to take a nap. I think I'll take a nap right here. Yeah. Maybe right over here. That looks a little softer. Yeah, right here. Okay, so good night, everybody. So it turns out I was in the wrong culvert before, or whatever it's called. Boy, it's hot. I had picked the wrong one. Now I'm at the right one. And I found this piece of metal here. I want to show you the metal thing I found before that I first thought might have been part of a plane. This is not it. This is just another one I found just now. Well, I remember seeing this last time too. Well, it's got this aluminum, and it's got this like insulation or something. I don't know just what that is. Oh, sorry. There's that. Probably part of the same thing that I saw before. But that other piece is still here. I'll show it to you. Hasn't moved. A9259. Now, first I thought maybe that was part of an aircraft, and there's something else below it too. But maybe it's just part of a train. Well, here comes a train. But why would there be a part of a train down here? Let's lift it up. Very thick and heavy. It's got rivets. And it's been torn. Like it suffered some sort of some pretty serious stress. Look at this train as it goes by. So I'm thinking maybe it was the part of the locomotive with its number. Let's see if this thing has a number on it. I wonder if the train guy will even see me. See, it does have a number up at the top. Sorry if I wasn't holding the camera straight. Well, what do you think? Is this part of a train? Or perhaps part of an old airplane? There are several airplanes that crashed in these mountains up here. At least two that I've read about that were never found. And this is a flash flood basin, so could it be that some pieces from the airplane have washed down and that's what this is? And that's what that is too? I don't know. Now I gotta go hide a little longer under the tracks. It's just too hot to be out and exposed. Sorry if I'm not doing the camera very well. I did a video here one time about a year ago, maybe more than that. Don't remember what it was, but I'm laying my pack down here. Yeah, and I'm gonna take a nap under the train. Nighty night. And then after this, I'll make my last stretch off of the shoes too. Not off of the shoes, off of the socks, off of the hat, and off of the shirt. Oh, woo! Wow. That was a long train. So kind of fun to pretend I was sleeping. It's kind of just soaking it all up. As they were going over, each of those cars had a unique rhythm. Some of them really pounded, and the whole ground would shake. It was quite nice. Oh, I feel better already. What is that over there? So much cooler. Okay, time to turn off. I'm gonna take a real nap. See you later. Oh, one more thing before I do that. Earlier in that other under Route 66, I was taking a nap, and I was just kind of laying there, had my eyes half closed, and I kind of could see like that light like that out there, and I saw something big bounding towards me up the riverbed, and I went, "What the heck?" And I stood up, and right in front of me, this enormous jackrabbit that really had grown really big out here, and it turned, ba-dink, and took off. I really scared it, but it also scared me. So, okay, see you later. Woo! I made it back to the bike, doused myself with water, and now it's time to get the heck out of here. It's hot. Woo! Let's go!